Well, hello there. I'm Jane Hogan, the wellness engineer, and I am passionate about using science and spirituality to help people let go of joint pain by releasing inflammatory foods and thoughts so they can become empowered in their health. And this show is Wellness by Design. It's all about exactly what it says, creating wellness by designing your life instead of just reacting to it. So designing what you want to have in all aspects of your life. Today, I am talking about the gut healing power of bone broth. I love bone broth. I love telling people about bone broth because it can make such a huge difference in their health. Most people that come to me have inflammation, and the source of most inflammation is the gut. So because about 70 to 80% of our immune system is in the gut, it's the immune system that gets triggered that causes inflammation. So great thing to do is make your own bone broth. You can buy bone broth, but making it is so much better. So what is it? What is bone broth? Sounds like witch's brew or something like that. But basically it's a broth that's made from bones, exactly what it says. Usually you can use chicken bones, or you can use meat like cat beef, or I've made it from moose as well, or you can even make it from fish bones. So it's a liquid that you make by boiling the bones or simmering the bones for a long period of time. And you can put vegetables in as well. And it's the long period of time, along with a magic ingredient, which is apple cider vinegar. It breaks down the bones and it creates this liquid gold. When you make it, it just, you look at it, it's a really rich color, and it's great to use just as a hot liquid to drink. You can use it in smoothies, you can use it in soups, and you can use it to steam vegetables too. It's fantastic. So I really encourage you to make it. But I'm going to talk to you about the benefits of bone broth. So I mentioned gut healing, so I'll talk about that at the very end because there's so many other benefits as well. So first of all, it's a very nutritious drink. So I'm going to read from my notes here. And maybe I'll even put my glasses on. It's a very nutritious drink because it's rich in vitamins and nutrients, including magnesium, calcium, and phosphorus. And the bones and tissues are rich in collagen. I'll talk about collagen again in a minute. So when we cook the bones, it makes the collagen form a gelatin, and that provides amino acids, which are like the building blocks of protein. And of course, our bodies make protein. And the marrow from the bones contains iron, vitamins A and K, fatty acids, selenium, zinc, and manganese. And the vegetables, so you do cook this with vegetables, and the vegetables in the bone broth add other nutrients. Just depends what vegetables that you put in there. So that's the nutritional value, first of all. Years and years ago, people used to drink broth. That was like a nutritional drink. That was what they had for perhaps breakfast and different times. It was a broth, and that provided great nutrition for them. Joint protection. So the cartilage in our joints can wear down over time or with use, and they can shrink as well. The gelatin that's in bone broth, it helps, like, it can be transformed into collagen, and so it helps bones and tissues, and that will help protect the joints. So we've got nutritional value, joint protection. Also helps with osteoarthritis for the same way. Consuming bone broth can help improve the symptoms. So if you've got osteoarthritis or any kind of arthritis, it can help improve the symptoms because you're helping with that joint and lubrication of the joint. It also supports healthy weight loss. Why? Because when you drink bone broth, it is high in protein. It's got protein in it. So it helps satiate you if you're trying to lose weight. If you're trying to lose weight by cutting calories, then it helps satiate in between meals. So it's a great way, especially if you're trying to cut out sugar or something like that. drinking the bone broth, because it's high in protein, takes longer for your body to metabolize, so it helps with those hunger cravings. And can help improve sleep. So collagen or bone broth can help improve sleep because glycine, which is the amino acid, that is known to help with sleep. And it's one of the amino acids found in bone broth. And also, because bone broth has collagen in it, it improves the elasticity in body tissues. So basically, all of our muscles, bones, ligaments, all of our tissues, and our skin is made up or has collagen in it. So as we get older, we tend to not produce as much collagen, why we get wrinkles. And so we don't have as much elasticity. So when we have collagen, it helps with all that. So bone broth can even like plump your cheeks up so that you don't have as many wrinkles, or make the appearance of wrinkles go down. And of course, the whole reason I wrote this was because bone broth helps heal the gut. To me, this is the reason why I started taking it, the main reason. I didn't even know about all these other benefits when I first started. But bone broth does help seal the gut. So the problem when we have inflammation, as I mentioned, mostly it comes from poor gut health. It's because the lining of our intestines starts to break down. And when it starts to break down, food particles and bits of other stuff that's in our digestive tube can leak in, and then the immune system gets alerted, and then we can end up with inflammation. So if we can seal that gut, then that helps reduce the inflammation, because then the immune system is not getting alerted as often. Okay, so this is a great thing to do. Drink bone broth, and you'll help repair that lining of the small intestine, which will help decrease inflammation, and you'll feel better. All right, so how do you make bone broth? I use it, I make it mostly from chicken bones, but I just got some nice grass-fed beef bones. So quality matters. Quality matters. Don't use bones that came from animals that were, factory raised, or, come from feedlots and stuff like that, because what's in their bones is not what you want in you. You eat what you ate. Right? So if they're being fed crap and antibiotic and all these other things, then you will end up with that too. So don't do that. Use wild, grass-fed, pastured, or bones that come from wild, grass-fed, and pastured animals or fish. So you use those as the basis of your bone broth. Also, the vegetables that you use, make sure you use organic, the best quality vegetables you can get. Because again, if there's chemicals sprayed on the vegetables, then that's going to get in your bone broth. That's not what you want in this healing elixir. And the other thing is the water that you use. Hi, Marie. Now you got me live. This is the real one. So this is, water. You want to use clear filtered water. So you don't want to just take tap water that probably has, chlorine and other things in it. You want to use filtered water. So you're putting the best of everything into this bone broth that you're going to make. All right. So you got these ingredients. So how do you make it? You can make it it needs to cook for 24 hours. So a slow cooker is a good idea. If you have a pressure cooker, like an Instant Pot, 2 hours is all you need, because it will break down the bones faster because the higher temperature. So give either one of those. I love making my bone broth in the Instant Pot because it's only 2 hours and then it's done. So how do we do it? You put the bones in. Some people will say roast the bones first. I wouldn't do that with chicken bones, but probably with bigger bones, I might do it. And that helps loosen the good stuff that's in the bones. So so you put the bones in your slow cooker or pressure cooker, add the remaining ingredients. So I usually put the vegetables in and then top up the water to the maximum level. So vegetables, I'd put, an onion quartered, a couple of carrots cut into chunks. You're going to be straining off the vegetables afterwards. A couple of stalks of celery, some peppercorns, like about a teaspoon of peppercorns, and some sea salt. And you want to put in about 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. That is what helps break down the bones. I don't know why, but the vinegar does it. So you top it up with the clear filtered water to the maximum level, and then you cook it for 24 hours if you've got a slow cooker, or 2 hours if you've got a pressure cooker. And then when it's done, you strain off the vegetables, and then you pour all that liquid gold. I pour it into mason jars and store it in the fridge. And if they're all hot and the liquid's all hot, then it does seal. So, I wouldn't leave it for months, but it's probably good for, at least a week and probably longer. So it's a great thing to make. You are going to love it, I think. I even put it in smoothies. I mix it with coconut milk and some other things. It makes a really nice hot smoothie. And I put it in cold smoothies. Some people even freeze it in ice cube trays, and they'll put it in smoothies that way. So lots of great ideas for things you can do with bone broth. But it's fantastic, and I know it feels like, for a lot of my clients, they really feel like it helps their gut, helps seal their gut, and it just feels sort of magical. All right, I hope you enjoyed this. If you want to get the recipe, I'm sending it out on my email list. So if you aren't on my email list, you could go to janehoganhealth.com/subscribe, and you will get on my email list, and you'll get the recipe when I send it out on Friday. Okay, so that's janehoganhealth.com/subscribe. So thanks for joining in. Hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.